Good morning on day 5. It's 26 degrees outside right now. We just finished packing up camp and we're about to hike Blue? I don't remember the
Just
name.
up a steep mountain, I don't know.
Up a mountain.
Yes. Ready for the day?
I am. And ready to warm up.
Yes.
We're the Six Pack Hikers.
All right, good morning. Whew, day 5 is a chilly one. Night 4 was especially chilly, but we did stay warm. We're figuring out how to utilize all of our layers to keep ourselves warm in our tents. So we just about got there, but it got down to, I don't know, I guess mid-20s, because it was 26 when we left camp. We just summited Blue Mountain, and we're about to enter what Abigail has dubbed the W, where we're gonna have a steep descent to Unicoi Gap, a steep climb to Rocky Top, I think, mountain, or something like that, and then another steep descent to a different gap, and then steep climb up Trey Mountain, steep descent off of Trey Mountain, and then a much calmer remainder of the day if we were to make that 14.6 miles Madeline talked about last night in the tent. So we're going to be as realistic as we can, but our camp options are at 7, 9, and 14.6, so we will see what happens. So our water bottles weren't the only thing frozen this morning, or freezing while we were packing up. The trail has been covered in all this needle ice coming up through the wet mud on trail. Do you like stepping on it, bud? A little bit?
Abigail said that, and this is true, that it has kind of friction to it. So
Okay.
You can still
So you don't slip on it. It's not normal ice.
Whoa.
Whoop, get your trekking pole. All right, down to Unicoi Gap.
Yes.
So we're in Unicoi Gap, having a chili breakfast. What was in that bottle?
Some sort of protein shake thing.
Yeah, Carnation instant breakfast.
It's foam.
Well, it's foam now. Tasted pretty good though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're having MRE protein bars. We just came down from Blue Mountain and we're about to go up. I don't even think you can really see how high that is. Rocky Top Mountain. And filtering water that we've been cameling out because all the water sources are dry that we've come across for a little while, so hoping to come across a good one soon. Creative ways to try to get blood to your fingertips while we're waiting to get hiking. Hey guys, so we're on.
It's a big world.
Okay, we're on top of Rocky Top, right?
And there are a lot of rocks.
And we got a view.
And we're on the top, so rocky at top.
Had a snack break.
That mountain almost looks like a wave.
Everybody ready to head to Indian Grave Gap?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. And then Trey Mountain. What?
Ooh. Hopefully there are no Indians buried
Oh, spooky.
there.
So we're on our way up Trey Mountain and the kids wanted me to capture how the water is freezing from this water source. Pretty cool.
Building up on the leaf.
Yeah. Anyone want a cold shower? I'll take a hot one though. So it's pretty cool. When we were in Indian Grave Gap, we came across a thru hiker whose trail name is Chicken Louise. Super sweet. And she had just been dropped off after spending some time in Hiawassee at Unicoi Gap, right as we were leaving Unicoi Gap. So she caught up to us at Indian Grave Gap. We got to chat with her for a few minutes, which was great. So we are midway up Trey Mountain. There are 2 false summits before the top. So we just peaked or came across the peak of fault summit number 1. Hopefully we'll be able to hit 2 and 3. We're aiming to have them done by 1:30 so that we can get all the way to Addis Gap, but we will see. The kids are determined to make it at this point. David and I are just trying to keep our expectations low, so we'll see. This is why people don't film on the uphill. Just wanted y'all to know that we are not always talking easily and all the things. It's flattening out up here. Good. So we are about a quarter of a mile from water. We get some water and cook a meal real quick. Then we'll have like 3.5 miles to camp. This has been a big day, but we're all happy that Trey Mountain is behind us. All right, so we're at Steel Trap Gap, having a meal while it's still warm out. What's for whatever this meal is?
So it's a little change from what I was planning to do. We've got cilantro lime rice with dehydrated spinach, sun-dried tomato, and some beef jerky in it.
Ah, that sounds so good.
It'll be ready in just a couple minutes.
Cannot wait. And we were planning to kind of do this by a water source so it'd be easier to wash dishes and things. But the water, and we got it, but the water was 0.1 or maybe 0.2, I think. Down into like a valley down there. So it was great going down. Turning back around was quite a different story when I was carrying a 3-liter bag.
So come on, my soul. Oh, don't you get shy on me. Lift up your song. 'Cause you've got a lion inside of those lungs. Get up and praise the Lord.
So what are we doing?
Watching the sunset.
We are. I'll flip the camera around in a minute. But how was today for you?
I think it was actually easier on the W.
What's the W?
Well,
Do you remember?
let's see. It's a
Blue
up
Mountain?
to Blue Mountain, down to Utica Gap,
Yep.
up to Rocky Top, down to Indian Grave, up to Trey Mountain.
Yep.
Ugh.
So it was
Lot of mountains.
a lot of climbing, right? But now we're gonna sit and enjoy the sunset.
It's almost there.
It is. All right, let's flip it around. Oh, can't zoom. Whoa, that's a really close zoom there, Naomi. Can you back it up a little bit? Forget that.
So recap for today, we did 14 miles and started our day by waking up at 6 a.m. and getting out of camp by around 7:20 or so. It was a very cold night. It was in the 20s when we got up and got moving, so it was hard for our hands to warm up. But had some very good highlights today. Abigail coined the phrase and we all adopted it. We conquered the Georgia W today. We covered, went up and over Blue Mountain, followed by Rocky Top Mountain, and then Trey Mountain final. So our elevation gain was pretty high today. You know, going into this, we knew that not everybody has their best day. Some of us are gonna have bad days, being a group of 6, and today was my turn. So I had a very hard time getting going uphill, had cranky attitude, but turned around by the end of the day, and we've been blessed with a beautiful sunset. Told the kids that's just God's blessing for all the hard work that they put in. And we look forward to waking up early tomorrow so we can get in and try to catch a shuttle ride into Hiawassee. So good night, everybody.